What's going on, New York Giants fans? Hit Squad back at it with another video. And the New York Giants are 7-2. Let me repeat that one more time. The New York Football Giants are 7-2. It feels incredible to be a New York Giants fan right now. Now, granted, this was a closer game than I wanted it to be. I thought the New York Giants had multiple opportunities to put up points, and I thought this game could have gotten into the 30s if we're being honest. But despite all of that, we got it done. The defense came alive today. They looked stout. Just was causing chaos throughout the whole game. And honestly, what a game. What a game. But before we get into this video, if you have not already, join the Hit Squad, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, follow us on Twitter. The link will be in the description box below. Now, let's be real, right? This New York Giants team, they've been overachieving. They've been counted out week in and week out, and they come out there and they punch teams in the mouth. They look a little shaky at first, and then they come out in the second half, and they are just a completely different team. And in previous videos, I stated that that was kind of an issue I had with the team. I wish what we see in the second half, we would see more consistently throughout four quarters. But I thought, we started off relatively hot and then we kind of mellowed out a little bit, especially offensively. Now, when we look at the defensive side of the ball, the New York Giants defense, not only did they cause chaos, in terms of getting to Davis Mills, but they were giving that offense a lot of fits. Dexter Lawrence, he had 2 sacks in this game. He could have really had 3, but right now I believe he has a career high of 6, and that's incredible. That is incredible. He is playing at an all-pro level, and he really deserves his flowers, man. This Giants defense, the first 3 drives for the Houston Texans in the first quarter, they shut them out. 3 and outs. They shut them out, and the Houston Texans offense had -3 yards. That's incredible. That is incredible. That is, to me, that's good coaching. That is these players getting their job done. And I think all fans could agree that we loved seeing, Davis Mills just uncomfortable in the pocket, getting hit, even if the ball was getting out. It was just amazing to see. Adoree Jackson had an incredible game, even being at the punt returning position as well. He played it safe. I'm not the biggest fan of it, just due to the fact we can't afford any more injuries at the secondary right now currently. But nah, I think Adoree Jackson, he's been playing very well for us this year. And in this game, I thought he really showed how well he's been playing. You also look at Dane Belton. Dane Belton got his first interception today. So really good for the rookie who's coming into his own. There was question marks. Will he be able to step up with Xavier McKinney being out? And I think he answered that. I really do think he answered that. And that really gets me excited for the trio of Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, and Dane Belton, because these are some guys that can ball. They can do a lot of different things on this defense, and I think they're their own individual leaders, if I'm being honest with you. I thought Julian Love really stepped it up today. He looked solid. And you also, again, can't complain with Dane Belton. He just ripped that ball out of the air. Really loved seeing that from the rookie. Fabian Moreau, I thought in the first half he played fairly well, and then he got cooked in the second half. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's been solid for the New York Giants, but he was getting cooked out there. Also, Leonard Williams, he had a strip on Dameon Pierce in the fourth quarter that was very crucial. Dameon Pierce was hot today. And in my honest opinion, I got to give a lot of credit to that kid, because for a rookie, he runs like a veteran. He runs like a veteran, and I think he's going to be one of the best backs in the league for years to come. So Houston, despite all the the BS they got going on over there, they got themselves a player in Dameon Pierce. So I'm really excited to see how he looks. But the defense, they got to Mills early. We weren't too good in the run game. I thought the screens really killed us today too, which I stated in my last video that the screens are something to look at too. And going into this game, that was something that Houston did very well. So seeing that, Houston really executed that in this game, I'm not surprised, but that is going to be something that the New York Giants are going to have to really fix going forward, because if teams really start to notice that the screen game is killing the Giants, I think we may see that more often, and we cannot afford that whatsoever. The run game today, in terms of stopping the run, I mean, for the most part, it was okay. I mean, Dameon Pierce had over 90 yards on the ground. A big chunk of it came off of one play, which Dexter Lawrence wasn't even on the field, and I don't think that's a coincidence. But that play went for 43 yards. Again, that kid just runs with power, man. I mean, they got themselves a good back. But again, you look at this offense. Let's be honest here, right? I personally said, Kenny Galladay was a player I was looking at in this game. How was he going to step up, especially with, Darius Slayton and Robinson and, Hodgins coming into the mix? How is he going to step up? Can he be that guy that we, paid him to be? And ultimately, he wasn't. I think it's safe to say that Daniel Jones and Kenny Galladay have the worst connection. I can't name another quarterback duo that where they have a worse connection than Kenny Galladay and Daniel Jones. I mean, it is just horrible. There was a play where Daniel Jones, you can make an argument, overthrew him by a little bit, and you also can make an argument that Kenny Galladay should have laid it out there. But at the same time, I mean, couldn't come up with it. There was another go-to, slant straight to Kenny Galladay, hit him right in the chest, dropped it. That would have been an easy first down conversion. And after that, he didn't see the field. He didn't see the field, and we saw more of Isaiah Hodgins. We saw Marcus Johnson get in the mix a little bit, and it's funny because Isaiah Hodgins now has more yards than Kenny Galladay does this season, which isn't really saying much. He had his one reception for 26 yards was more than Kenny Galladay's all season at 22 yards. Anyways, I'm not even gonna get into that, man. I'll take the L there. I'll take the L. But I gotta be honest here. Darius Slayton, okay, I will keep coming onto this channel week in and week out as I have been. He has given me, and he's provided me my L week in and week out because he was a player that I really shitted on. I didn't want him on this team. I thought we should have cut him. I thought for cap purposes, I thought we should have at least tried to trade him. And he's really come into his own. He's really came into his own, and I mean, just what a game from the kid. 3 receptions for over 90 yards. He had a touchdown. First off, you start off with that beautiful, beautiful pass to Darius Slayton for 36 yards. That sets up the New York Giants in the red zone, which leads to a Lawrence Cager touchdown. Yeah, that to me really set the tone for how Darius Slayton was going to play today. Had a crazy 54-yard touchdown. As Daniel Jones is getting knocked into the ground, somehow gets the ball to Darius Slayton. He takes it to the house. I mean, Darius Slayton, man. I mean, he's proven me wrong, and I have no problem admitting that. He is proving me wrong, and the New York Giants should possibly look to bring this guy back, if possible, because I think he's really earned it. He's really silencing his doubters, and I was definitely one of them. I'm man enough to admit that, but he had an excellent game today. Daniel Jones missed him on a play, which that would have been another big chunk yardage play. Definitely, I'm sure Jones is going to want that back, but hey, again, Slayton had a good game today. Daniel Jones, I thought overall had a fairly solid game today. There's some plays that he's going to want back, don't get me wrong, but he was 13 to 17, 197 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. I mean, good game from him. Saquon Barkley, man. I mean, Saquon had a career high 35 carries for 152 yards and 1 touchdown. You got to bring these two back. Okay, I don't care how you get it done. Bring these two back because I think these two are proving that they are worthy of coming back for at least another season. Saquon multiple seasons, but I gotta give a lot of credit to these two because they are really carrying this offense. And I mean, Saquon Barkley, I mean, he took whatever this offensive line gave him. And I mean, he made plays on his own. Same with Daniel Jones with his legs and through the air. But I got to give these two credit because, again, week in and week out, they are stepping up. They're carrying this offense. And, I mean, they're looking like a bright spot on this team. I mean, I'm very pleased with what I've seen from these two so far this season. Now, look, again, the New York Giants, in terms of the run game, we couldn't stop Dameon Pierce. And that's something that we have to fix going forward. I mean, when you have Dallas coming up, when you have the Philadelphia Eagles, the Minnesota Vikings coming up, I mean, you could throw in the Commanders too, who are actually pretty good at running the ball. The Giants have to get this fixed. I mean, they got to keep Dexter Lawrence on the field too. I mean, we saw what it was like without him on the field, but we got to get this fixed. I mean, we really do. And I was shocked that Tay Crowder was benched for McFadden, but it had to be done. It really had to be done, and I'm glad that it was. You know, get the rookie some more playing time. You know, it's a good story with Tay Crowder, but he's just not getting it done, and we need players that could get it done. I thought again. I mean, actually, let me touch on this really quick. The Giants were, in terms of penalties, really on one today because they were just. This team is not a team that has a wide margin of error. The margin of error for this team is very, very small. They cannot afford to make mistakes. And I lost count of penalties after four. I mean that it was ridiculous. And in my honest opinion, I mean it has to get fixed because again, our margin of error is very thin. We cannot afford these penalties. You saw Brian Dable really getting at these players and just screaming, losing his mind on the sideline as I was, you know, at home. So, you know, it's just it has to be fixed. I expect better from this team, and I believe that it will get fixed as you know this team progresses going down the stretch. I thought Kafka, he did not call the best game today. I thought he was very conservative. The offense definitely opened up in the second half, but you know he did not call the best of games today. I thought you know there was moments where you know you're saying, okay, why are we running the ball? Why are we running the ball? And I understand that the Houston Texans have the worst, if not one of the worst, run attacks on defense, but still, you know, it just got to a point where I'm saying, okay, we should be throwing the ball here. Let's try to pick up the first down, and didn't happen. I, he's growing, he's learning. I'm trying not to be too hard on the guy, but again, at this point, you know, we're coming into the second half of the season. You got to be better. You're no longer a rookie in terms of, you know, calling plays in my eyes. And I think that he will. I think that he will. I know that they're working with the talent that we have, but again, he did not call a good first half, let alone a good game as a whole, but we got it done. Now, offensive line, I thought it could have been better, but again, we're really missing you know some players, man. Especially Evan Neal right now, and I want him to come back, you know, as healthy as possible. You know, I don't want to rush him in, but this offensive line at moments today looked really bad. Not Andrew Thomas obviously, but you know I'm talking about the right side of the line and at center. So we definitely have to get that fixed. But let me know your guys' thoughts below. I know I went on a little bit of a rant here, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this team coming up. We are going to have ourselves a good game against the Detroit Lions coming up next week. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see this team going down the stretch because this is going to be a very crucial stretch for the New York Giants. And I mean, to be 7-2, it feels great. I'm very excited, and I think all Giants fans should be. I know that there's things that we have to work on, but again, let's enjoy this win. It feels good, and let's see how the rest of the division fares out by tonight. Let me know your thoughts below. Again, join the Hit Squad. We'll see you guys on the next video.